know what the context was of this. It's named pirate.jpg, so I'm assuming this was
So no,
someone's
the
mock-up of
idea
like,
was
yeah,
if
you
we were
remember?
gonna if people pirate the game, it like that was what the skybox was gonna be. It's just like my face following you around.
Okay,
Yeah, I think Zombie did that real quick.
that makes sense.
So we're going to play through all the stuff in the new goodies folder. We're splitting the goodies off. We've split the goodies off as DLC now. So it's gonna take some like 100, 200 megs off the base game install. And if you want to install this new goodies DLC, it'll have this like 3 gigs worth of old builds and shit. And we're gonna play all of them. That was like our invincible scorpion from Serious Sam, except it
Nice.
was my face following you around in the sky.
Where's the goodies folder gone? The goodies folder is going to be DLC now because it has been augmented. The goodies folder has been augmented.
My goodies have been augmented.
Yeah, with all sorts of stuff.
My goodies are augmented.
Free? No, it's free. We're not gonna make you pay for this. It's contained to DLC because it's big, and so
yeah, so it'll be a separate download. So then it won't bloat up the main game install for new people. So the game's not 11 gigs. All right. Well, let's play through all these, and then I'm gonna set it live on Steam. I'm working on the announcement as we speak.
All right. So here's early Dusk. You can see like in the early ones, it's really obvious like that it was trying to be Chasm. Like just everything looks like Chasm. Yeah. So you have the hammer was originally going to be your melee weapon, and that changed to sickles. Here's the famous meat I wonder if they can attack. Okay, they do an attack animation. Doesn't harm me though. So I think I was just testing out like animations and getting them to trigger and stuff. I'm not sure why I made a build here, but I'm glad I did. We can hurt them. The movement's really bad in these early builds. It's like really overly sensitive. Like if I just tap a key, I like fly across the map. And then this is walking. Like it is so ridiculously slow.
Oh my god! You know what's funny? Someone actually asked for a walk button today. We get that occasionally.
It has one.
Yeah.
Like it's already in there. You just press shift.
Yeah, they want a dedicated. I'm like, you can walk. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and you can even change it to make it so you walk by default. Like I don't know. Should add a jump button. Yeah, definitely. This does not have sliding in it. This was
shitty game.
Pre-sliding. Yeah, shitty game. Excuse me. And what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was killing this thing. It does also have ragdolls.
Oh, why don't we have fucking ragdolls?
Because they weren't as cool as having like animated deaths. Yeah, because if you see, they just kind of flop over, and I ended up
great.
I mean, at the time, I figured it was cooler to have them do like.
I like the ragdolls.
flips.
I'm taking notes for things we can add back into DLC. Ragdoll DLC.
Oh lord.
We really gotta add weight. You know.
Oh yeah.
We've got weight and weight.
yeah, wait. Yeah, chainsaw. I'll show you all the weapons. Someone asked why we changed to sickles. Just because they were cooler. I think you didn't like the hammer, right, Dave?
It was it just wasn't as cool and farmy. And then originally we were gonna do this communist thing, be like, oh, hammer and sickle. But Prot did that. But then we did farm sickles. The whole point was, Quake's axe sucks, right? It's the worst thing that ever existed.
I can't pick stuff up in this version either.
It's useless, and we wanted a starting weapon that like you could fall back on and actually use, and that it actually had other purposes. You could reflect stuff back with it. You can use it to break stuff. So when we had the dual sickles, and I've always been obsessed, with the Hexen when you start with a paladin, you mash your fists together, right? And I wanted that for the sickles, so I'm like, can you make the sickles and you take them out and you go zing zing? And we did that, and that's how we ended up with dual sickles. We all thought it was cool, and
Oh,
the
there.
end. And then I came up with the idea to just throw 3 dudes at you when you have 2 sickles, and it. Originally, we were worried. Once we get we'll look at the original builds of E1M1 where the room was a lot smaller,
Mhm.
with the leathernecks coming at you. Because I remember originally I was really worried that like it would be too hard for normies to get to have dudes coming at you immediately, and you've only got melee weapons, and we don't teach you how to play the game. But when we ended up getting to how it was in the final version, people were really happy.
Yeah.
And no, we've never had anybody complain that oh, intro of Dusk is too hard. Oh, I don't know how to play. How beat the 3 guys at the start? Because even if you do get killed at the start, it just loads right back up again.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
I've
saw blade.
very rarely seen anyone die at that. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
first difference. So this is the hunting rifle, and this is like the only weapon that didn't get changed at all. And if you look at the texture, you can see it's like very obviously really early, and it's uber jank. And that never got changed. But anyway, so initially this was supposed to be your shotgun weapon. And then the actual shotgun was supposed to just be basically a super shotgun, and the rifle was supposed to serve the role of a shotgun, and that obviously ended up changing. Let's see, different animation, less weighty sound. Dusk needs an easy mode, yeah.
It has one.
Yeah. Here's the Makarov, the original pistol. Has a really weird fire animation.
Ooh,
Very,
I like that.
you like the gangsta
It's
style.
almost like it's almost like a side gangster fight.
Yeah, that was the
cool.
idea.
That needs a
and
story
then-
mode. How dare you, Dr. M?
Shotgun.
Dust needs a New Zealand mode. I think it's coming out in New Zealand on the 16th. We finally got rated.
Oh, good. Here's the original assault rifle.
See, I like the M16 looking assault rifle.
Yeah, I
It's
forget
very,
why
it's very Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, it is. Chainsaw. This got everyone is like, oh man, I wish it still had the chainsaw. It just wasn't fun. See, it's just
Plus, it's also just Doom.
Yeah.
It's been done.
Yeah. Here's the saw blades, which are obviously just a Chasm ripoff. But they bounce.
But now the saw blades are they're a physics object. So
Yeah, so you can still throw them around. And then finally, here's the old Riveter. Basically the same, except it fired a bit slower. Even the same animation, actually. I think it... No, it changed. I'm wrong.
No, there was no sliding in
I
this
should have
version.
tried... Hold on, let me try rocket jumping. I can't remember if you could rocket jump at this point. It looks heavy. Yeah, yeah, it was a weightier weapon. It had more weight to it. Oh, there's the jibs. These were much more Quake-style jibs at this point. Which is saying something, since even in the final version they're pretty Quake-style. Let's see. Nope, no rocket jumping. No dying either.
No rocket jumping.
I wonder if this jibs them. No, just... Okay. Anyway, so that's the very first Dusk build. Frame rate test is basically the same thing. Well, not basic. It was made very soon after that, specifically to send to Johnny to check to see if it ran really poorly on his crappy computer. The biggest difference is now they have AI. So we're gonna grab some guns and shoot them.
Yeah, and everything that we're showing you now is going to be available in the new goodies folder.
Yeah.
Later tonight when we're done with the stream showing it. So you guys can play all this. And it's all free, obviously. We're not going to charge you money for this mold shit. Some people would. The Randy Pitchford.
So this is pretty much the same. It's just
I too frequently sleep with like a bed in the middle of a courtyard.
Yeah, I think I was making that asset and just wanted to see how it looked in the game. Not much more to say here. I think all the weapons are pretty much the same. Yeah. But AI was added. Woo! Let's see. The next one, I think... what was the next one? Not that. It was... this? Let me check. I put it in the new info. Dusk test level is the next one. Yeah. I went through all of these to figure out what order they went in. Does Dusk have a demo? No, it does not. Maybe we'll do that someday. The demo is you buying it, and if you don't like it, you can refund it. So now we have this cool. I always liked this this screen or this menu. It doesn't really fit the final game, but I don't know. I always liked it. It was all
I
it was all
think, David, I
shiny.
think you're missing some of the Big John lines, but I guess you put the ones from the game. Because I sent you 25 Big John voice
Big
lines. What do you
John.
got?
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
I must just be the ones from the game then. Where did I
That's
actually
fine.
didn't see I
Yeah, I
didn't
sent
see
you the zip of
Oh,
all the
did
Big
you?
John lines from Rise of the Triad. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean,
Oh,
the ones from the
okay.
game make more sense. I'm just going to the goodies now. Continue.
Let's see. Color filter. Okay. Let's see what this has to offer. Oh wait, no, this is not. Wait a second. We're missing one.
Oh, this was that was the E3 one, right? Or the QuakeCon one?
No, that was the one that I sent you, but we're missing one
Okay.
here. Hold on, let me. Or maybe we're not. No, that's correct. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. That's the next one. So yeah, this is the build that I sent to Dave initially, and it's what led to Dusk being a New Blood game, which is really funny when you play it because this build is extremely rough and has basically nothing to do. It's just like a
I thought
tech
it was
demo.
amazing. I thought it was amazing, and we've put this out on Dropbox before.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the magical
That's
weapon,
the totem. You will see the claw.
The claw, yeah, the
upcoming
claw
build.
and the totem. The triangle goes ding 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 ding. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
intro.
just.
It's like the intro of a fucking Primus song. Which Primus song starts with the triangle? Ding, 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 ding.
I have no idea.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, so I played this, and like, what you don't understand is like, there's a million boomer shooters now, but like the movement was there. Like you can see, like you know,
The movement's
the
much
head
better
bob
if
and the
you-
tilting, the you know, the interactivity, opening chest, turning on the toilet, all like everything that Dusk is really was in this tiny one room build. And I played this, and I was like, yo, this guy gets it. Like this dude knows what he's doing. And you put all the things that are necessary in here. Like you had to have a sink that you could turn on and off, right?
Yeah.
Light switches.
Mhm.
All this, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Crinkle. No, it's not Mr. Crinkle with the triangle. Hang on. God damn it. Primus triangle opening song.
So
He's
people are.
googling songs during the stream.
There's Andrew, and now we actually have a slide, which is good.
Yes, defy the laws of tradition. Thank you.
And people are asking why this weapon got cut. I don't know. Probably if I did it now, I wouldn't have cut it. I would have just reworked it. But at the time, I didn't feel like it had enough like impact, and it didn't really have a good use because it was just sort of like a weak recharging weapon. But I don't know. Conceptually, it's pretty cool.
I like the fact that, you know, so this and the claw, yeah, like if you lay off them, they recharge, so you can't shoot them for too long.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good mechanic. I was playing around with the claw, which we're totally not adding back. And I was like, I really like the fact that you can't hold it for too long. But it recharges itself, so you don't have to find ammo for it. Like it felt like a good, powerful magic weapon with a good mechanic, so you can't just spam it, right?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Also, now it has an excuse for firing green stuff because, you know, Nargle energy.
Yeah.
Um,
The claw.
so yeah,
You'll see the claw in a upcoming build. It's basically
Yeah.
the same exact weapon, just visually different. Light
yeah,
switches
the
are
SD
something that got cut from the game because these are real-time lights, and those are performance hog. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Dave?
Yeah, so all this stuff's going to be in the SDK.
Yep.
Literally everything is going to be in the SDK, the full SDK. And, you know, Steam Workshop support will come with the full SDK. So, like, you know, there's already hundreds of Dusk mods and maps, but, like, once the SDK is done and Steam Workshop's up, well, hopefully there's going to be, like, thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could use this in mods, for sure.
As soon as once it's has Zombie already implemented it? I can't remember.
Probably. I mean, Zombie's done everything.
Yeah.
Dusk is an sim. Like, everybody, you know, it is. Like, in Dusk, like, you can sit down by a fire, cook some meat, drink a beer, turn on the sink, flush the toilet, sleep in a bed. If that's not an immersive sim, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it has a bunch of systemic elements. Just because why not? I love that stuff. So yeah, and this map was basically just made for messing with all those different things. No, I can't destroy that light. Then it has this cool and that stupid thing's in the way. I have no idea why that is there. It's just like a Unity default cube. I have no idea what that's doing there. This is back when it was the holy health instead of the hallowed health. It was shaped like a cross instead of a plus. We got a little secret in here that does nothing. Keys. Yeah, this was just, for a while, this was just like my test map for like putting in new features and testing them out. See, there's the jump pad, there's swimming. There's this, which never made it into the final game, which essentially just heals you completely. Sleep underwater.
That sleep underwater, I mean, everybody does that.
Yeah. Do these? Yeah, those do teleport.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the one that made Dusk a New Blood game.
Sleep with the fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking through those old emails between you and me, and you were super skeptical because you sent it to me, and then you're like, I don't know, my brother got, screwed over by some weird Russian publishers. How do I know you're not one of them?
Yeah, basically.
And I wrote you like a really long email explaining how I really wanted to work on the game.
Yeah.
And you were like, okay, I'm convinced. And I was like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really unsure because any publisher I'd worked with previous to that had been kind of either borderline scams or actual scams.
Yeah.
But obviously,
and I was like, listen, I'm not a publisher. I'm like a guy.
Yeah. Obviously, New Blood was not a
money.
scam unless this is like the longest form scam ever.
It's the longest scam ever.
And somehow it involves giving me tons of money.
Yeah. No, you don't understand. What he's doing really is turning into cryptocurrency. I used to make NFTs, and I sell Dusk NFTs, and I moved back to Albania.
This is the stream where Dave takes off a mask and it's Tony Robbins the entire time.
Hi, everybody.
He takes off a mask and
straight.
he takes off a mask and
was,
it's just like his
the
face.
Con was
the
giving Dave an audience for when he plays Fallout 76. No, when I
Oh,
stream Fallout 76, nobody watches.
So what is the next one? I think it's... Here, let me check.
Next?
The next one is... Whoops. Let me check my cheat sheet here. Okay, yeah, Dusk Alpha Build 1. Weirdly named. So this was like the first actual proper combat test that I did. Which was basically just a really primitive endless mode. It just spawns enemies constantly, and I have all these weapons, and I was able to just, strafe around for a while and test what it was like fighting. We got the finalized rifle animation in now, but none of these enemies are recognizable, obviously.
Yeah. Well, no, the Guardian's pretty recognizable.
That's true. He's just a model. Can't even shoot him. Also, he's little baby Guardian. So these guys eventually became the wizards. Because you can see they have pre-baked animation now. These are the soldiers who went through several iterations. And at first I did want to have, I'm a bit confused. I wonder if, Yeah, it's very odd that... Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I was like, where's the single shotgun? There it is. Here's the single shotgun.
Yeah, the Quake-ass single shotgun.
Yeah. Well, that was the original impetus for Dusk. It's just one day I was like, I want to make a Quake shotgun. Just for fun.
Yeah, Dusk, Shadow of Quake.
Yeah. This turned into the, 1887s. And
it was, as you guys know, it was Andrew's idea to do the 1887, the Arnold reload, as we call it. Andrew was like, can you make it reload like Arnold when he's doing the bike chase in Terminator 2? And David was like, I can try.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
I think
That's where the best idea comes. Andrew's like, hey, can you make the Celestial Claw and a Medieval pin enemies to the wall? Leon was like, I could try.
And then I'm like, all right,
that's the
see ya.
best, yeah.
Andrew was like, that'll be 10% of the royalties, please.
Yeah. And now this is the crossbow, but it was originally called the
was a lot
Discord bow, because it made enemies infight. So it was like more of like a tool. So when it hits them, it does minimum damage, but then it makes them infight.
Infight. Then that turned into the Crystal of Madness.
Yeah. And then here's the claw, which
someone said the at everyone weapon.
Yeah. And this, it's just the totem from the previous build, but it looks cooler. And
we're totally maybe bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. It's a cool weapon. I probably should have left it in, but you know, what can you do?
Plus, Dusk needs some, could benefit from some more magical weapons. Plus, I think it'll go really well into like the stuff we're doing in the future now that the fact that like you can harness the, Nargle Bargle energy.
Yeah, bring it back to the sequel.
It's green energy coming out of Blood and Bone. And yeah, and we'll, at the end of the stream, we'll show you guys some of the stuff we're working on for the future. That's pretty cool.
Here we go. Oh, still the hammer in this build.
Yeah, the sword that does not work as well as it does now. The sword in the final
it's
game
much
is
slower. It was supposed to be a lot weightier, but it didn't end up actually feeling that good.
I mean, my crits for every sword is just make it like the Master Sword from Zelda. You got enough health, you can charge it, you can block with it. Everything should be the Master Sword. Every fight, I want to be a fight against Ganon.
Oh, this is a
Dev showing their game.
Okay, this is still the weaker hunting rifle. Yeah, but anyway, that's all this is. You see, these were originally going to be like Lost Soul enemies. They just got cut. Yeah. That was just sort of a internal like combat test, and I decided combat was pretty fun. It obviously got improved upon a lot as development went on, but what is next? I think next is the E3 2016 demo, which I've always really liked.
Was that the one that we showed at QuakeCon in that little tiny booth when QuakeCon was still at the Anatole?
No, this was, you went to E3 in 2016 and you told me make a build that you could bring to possibly show people behind closed doors, which I don't think ever actually happened.
I was probably just got drunk.
Yeah, that seems likely. But I'm really glad I made the build though, because this is like, this is kind of the remnants of old Dusk in a way. This is back when Dusk was going to be a little bit more of a, I mean, it's basically similar to how it turned out, but it was going to be a little bit more somber horror game. And it's just cool to have that preserved, and also it has my music in it instead of pre-Andrew.
I was playing some of these builds that had some banging music. I was like, damn, we should get this.
No, this is the old soldier design. Never
old
mind.
soldier,
Andrew.
New one will show up.
The stalker soldiers. Yeah, this was the build that I think that was like Bill's build that we had, where it was like a map you could finish.
Yes, this was the very first actual playable, like finishable map. And it's a bit rough, but actually, it's actually still fun. It's definitely not.
The cool thing is, it's got some rooms that we ended up using in episode 1.
Yeah.
I think like even in 8, so you'll see when we get to this.
Yeah. But yeah, oh right, the shotgun is bound to 4. Both shotguns are in 4 in this build instead of 3 and 4.
Silly man.
Yeah. Arguably, this flashlight is better than the one we shipped, because you can actually like see better with it. No, this was this gonna be E2MS? There might have been some point where I was like, I was going to reuse it, but that never happened, because it's just really not up to the standard of the other maps. Like, you know, it's really basic hallways. I mean, it was the first map I ever made, basically. It does have some cool looping though. Like here, we're gonna grab the blue key and we fall down here, and that loops us back to where we need to be with some enemy spawns. Dusk is one of the best FPS you've ever played. Why, thank you. And that gets you right to the blue door. And this is the area. This is in E1M6, I think. Is that which one it is? I don't remember.
It's before the Duke brothers.
Yeah. This
So
geometry got
that's
reused.
Is it Dead of the Night? M7?
Yeah, it's
M8?
Dead of the Night is
Yeah,
where it's...
M7.
Oh, that's 7? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, except it has this stupid jumping bit.
Yeah! Woo,
Fucking
platforming!
Love FPS, I hate love.
Let's go down here.
Did Dusk always have the Lovecrafty-inspired stuff going on as a theme?
Yes. From the beginning,
Yeah.
that was going to be... Well, it was always going to be like... Oh, there's no secret back here? What was I thinking? It was always going to have weird stuff going on. I don't know if it was always going to be as, literally Lovecraftian, but it was always going to end up going into, like, weird supernatural, quakey territory.
Yeah. Was Dusk always going to be released an episode? Which is funny, I actually found an old email from David today as I was going through them when he said, like, I think we should do episodes. And I was like, yeah, we should do episodes and stuff. Because originally it wasn't going to be so linear. You were going to have, like, the Quake-style intro where you could pick which episode you wanted to do. I mean, you can still do that if you want. But I really, you know, we eventually, once we had the story together, we decided that should be, you know, we want you to play, you know, through the game chronologically. Let me see if I can find that email. I can read some of these emails on stream.
Yeah. Oh, also these guys, now you notice they shoot projectiles, and I believe that was at your behest, Dave, because I always wanted to have hit scanners in the game in some form.
Yeah, and I was like, well, after working on Rise of the Triad,
which is nothing
like,
but hit scanners.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you know, hit scanners suck, especially when you can't see them and they're small and you're moving really fast. It's like playing Blood, right? It's like you're just getting your ass kicked all the time, and sometimes it doesn't feel fair. In a game like Dusk, which has a lot of cool movement, and being able to see all the projectiles and dodge them and slide under them and jump over them, it just adds this really cool element of like this bullet ballet almost. And I think it really, I think it really lent itself well to the game. Like, I just,
yeah, it did. It was originally
hit scan enemies are so. Do you like chain gunners? Nobody likes fucking chain gunners.
I can't imagine Dusk with hit scanners. So
yeah, it was. I mean, this was really early on before I really even had a sense of what the combat loop was going to be like. It obviously would not work in the released version of Dusk.
Yeah.
But originally it was I was going for something a little more methodical, but that, I mean, it didn't really work.
And not to mention, you can knock back some of the projectiles with other weapons, the sickles.
Yeah, you can
and like it's just really cool sometimes when you slide under a bullet, and it's the coolest is when you got the super hot power up going and the bullet like moves by you Matrix style. Like,
yeah,
we didn't even plan on that. That's one of those things that's like it just works. That's some Todd Howard shit where like that happens. And you're like, see, shit's cool shit, just emergent gameplay.
Yeah. Yes, all of this is just so basic. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I still have no idea what I was doing, but like, much more so here. It's just like, I don't know, I'll make shapes and put enemies in it, and hopefully it'll be fun.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna read this email.
Yeah, go ahead.
From David. So this email is May 10th, 2016, titled Episodes. David Samansky. So I've been thinking about it, and I definitely agree it's a good idea to divide Dusk into episodes a la Doom. What do you think would be a good target number of episodes and number of levels per episode? Doom Quake seem to be about 7-9 per episode. I said, yeah, I think that could work. 3 to 4 episodes of 7 to 10 levels. Andrew's a robot. 3 to 4 episodes of 7 to 10 levels would make for a really meaty game. David replied, that seems like a good number to shoot for. Yeah. Originally, I was planning a less is more approach, but after talking with you, I realized A, it's probably better to plan on making more levels and scale back if needed. B, I've never found that having too many levels in a retro FPS is a bad thing. Funny how sometimes it just takes talking to someone to clear things up. Yeah, that's me. Same thing with resetting weapons at the beginning of each level. It seemed like a perfectly fine idea until I verbalized it and then suddenly didn't seem so good. By the way, how goes the contract?
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what was happening then. It was like, Dave was not getting me the contract.
What else is new? Me getting paperwork done? But so before we
Oh, here's
had intruder mode, it was
Mhm.
the base game was gonna be intruder mode, where you started every level and lost everything, and then we decided no, you should keep stuff when you go to between levels, but you can do pistol start as an option, and that became intruder mode, and it worked out really well.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I always say with all the devs now is just like option. If you have to think about it, just make an option. Give people nobody ever complains about having too many options of gameplay, right?
Unless it
There's
has
an
ZDoom menus.
yeah, oh my god. I opened up with Sulaco or like what else? Oh, I was playing Wrecker. It's just like holy shit, Doom's got a lot of fucking options these days.
Yeah. I still
So
like
much
this
stuff.
pump shotgun.
Yeah, it's
It
cool.
doesn't actually have a pump animation, it's just really careful use of like moving the model in such a way so that the pump part goes off screen and makes it look like it's moving, but it's not actually moving. Oh, ambush. And I think that's the end. Yep, there super lame pre-alpha level clear screen. And then this also had an endless mode, which is
Yeah,
this map, which I still really like how this map looks.
this
Just
is
like,
so this is also you will recognize this map from the original Dusk launch trailer that
yeah.
we do a flip in. The Dusk reveal trailer. The 2016 here, Dusk reveal trailer.
What's that?
So you'll recognize, so in the original Dusk reveal trailer, you'll notice a lot of areas that you can now play through because you have these old builds. Let me put this in chat. Boink.
Interestingly, the camera animations appear to be off. I must have set them off, because I'm pretty sure the game had them at this point.
I still think you should be able to pick up gas cans and shit from farther away. I've been saying that for like 3 years.
Pick them up from pretty far away, can't you? Yeah, look at that. See?
Alright.
It's just that the prompt only shows up.
Yeah.
Like, there we go. No, the problem is that it's a very exact, it's a very, exact hitbox, so it's hard to pick them up as you're moving. Oops. Out of ammo. So this was like the really early endless mode logic, which was basically just enemies continually spawn, and then after a while more enemies spawn, and it was okay, but it wasn't as fun as the waves. Red Cross, yeah, and health packs used to be the nice, recognizable Red Cross, but the Red Cross doesn't. Yeah, I don't like it. And yeah, this was originally the hunting rifle was supposed to fill this sort of role, where it's like it's your fodder shotgun. But it didn't feel quite as good as having the shotgun. Also, once there were 2 other shotguns, it kind of didn't make sense, so that changed. And this truly is endless. It just goes on forever and ever and ever. So I think, yeah, this barn model got reused for E1M2, and then, of course, again for Homecoming. Waste not, want not. I almost think I might have just copied these out and used them somewhere too, because why not? I don't remember though. Anyway, yeah, that's the E3 build. I don't know. I'm partial to it. Oh yeah, camera animations are off. That's weird. It's cool.
Alright, which one we got next?
We have. Let me check to make sure. Not cheats.
See if I can find some old emails.
Yeah.
Okay, let's read. This is the first email I got from David ever.
Hit.
May 3rd, 2016. Hey, glad to hear you like the Dusk Rough build. I'm a huge fan of the Rise of the Triad remake, so that means a lot to me. Yeah, I'm working on Dusk by myself. I've wanted to make a game like it since I was 14, so it's definitely a passion project that I want to be very personal, and thus far it's been super fun to go through older FPSs and try replicating mechanics or visuals that I like. There's just something about visuals from the mid 90s to early 2000s that I just adore. I've got most of the foundation in place, although some systems like AI need a lot of polish, so it's mostly enemies and levels that are left to do. I want to especially focus on good level design.
This was
since I feel
like
that...
more than 3 years before the game ended up releasing, by the way.
Yeah. No, this is
Only
2016.
levels and...
Yeah.
Oh, was that 2016? Okay,
yeah,
so 3
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Or no,
Since
2 years.
I want to especially focus on good level design, since I feel that's the area pretty much all retro throwback FPSs neglect nowadays. Aside from the Rot remake and Rack. Remember Rack, kids?
Yeah,
Anyone?
remember Rack?
Yeah. I'm hoping there's an audience that will appreciate what I'm trying to do. I'll be trying to generate some exposure before release through Twitter press and by releasing a demo eventually. We still don't have a Dusk demo. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we put out that pre-alpha, but we one of these days we'll do a demo on Steam, because all our other games have demos now, which will hopefully catch the eye of YouTubers. This is back before, like, you know, people like Civi and G-Man didn't even exist. I
Yeah,
have a feeling I'm going to... Back then, it was all about, you know, Total Biscuit, may he rest in peace.
yeah.
And one of the last things Total Biscuit did before he died was praise Dusk. And I'm keeping that quote on the, you know, in the marketing forever.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to be relying a lot on word of mouth, since I don't have a marketing budget, or really any knowledge to make use of, even if I did have a budget. So spreading the word would definitely help out. That was David's first email to me.
Yep. That is how it all began. And now we come to an early version of the pre-alpha. We're not going to play too much of this, because it's basically just... I mean, it's basically
Wow,
just...
that font.
Yeah, we were experimenting with different fonts, and wow, this one's certainly a font. Grab this. There we go. This
I
must
remember
be...
when we were... I remember that font. Holy shit. I
Yeah,
remember going like,
it's-
not quite.
Yeah, like maybe not so much. This is before music, so this must be before Andrew. Oh yeah, invisible wall secret. I remember you hated that. Invisible wall secret.
What? Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of just walls that you can walk through, because it breaks the plausibility that I like. You know, I'm very big. I think we've only got maybe 1 or 2 in the game that you can walk through. Windows don't count, but like,
There's like
just
one, I
walls that
think.
you can walk through. Like, it feels like you should at least have to push a switch or break something. Because otherwise the secret doesn't feel like it's in-world. It feels like a developer joke, like an Easter egg, more than an in-game secret. So I'm a big fan of keeping secrets plausible.
The shotgun sounds better. So there's so much subjectivity to gun sounds. The shotgun changed because there's a whole bunch of clipping at the beginning.
Yeah,
to an
Andrew
ugly-
redid it pretty late into development, and I didn't like it. And they were like, Andrew and David were like, tough shit.
Did you not like it? I don't remember that.
Yeah, Andrew, do you remember? I was very like not into the new double barrel shotgun that you made.
No, I thought it was the 1887 that you hated.
No, I like the 1887. It was the SSG. It was something because you based it off of Doom 2, and I'm a famous Doom 2 shotgun hater.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know, something, but like the rhythm of it like bothered me.
I don't have any memory of this.
Yeah, but you know, you said, well, fuck you, we're keeping it. And I said, okay.
This is before
Hang on,
Impact.
I'm gonna
So
switch over to my laptop. I'll be right back.
okay.
Alright.
So the most interesting thing I think about this build is that I'd forgotten completely about this until testing it. We have a little bit of motion blur on slide. I don't know if that comes
feels
through
really
in the stream.
weird. I was playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. I was playing this earlier, and I was like, "What the fuck is with the blur?"
Yeah, something I was trying. I think that was Christian's suggestion, actually.
Mine?
Yeah,
Or
good
was
job,
it
Christian.
Hagedorn, maybe?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
God.
Remember him?
I gotta keep that in.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we hung out in New York a few years ago and got fucking obliterated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should have kept this flashlight. This is better than. Oh well.
Remember when the flashlight had batteries?
Yeah, one of the earlier builds.
Everybody
has-
hated that.
Yeah, we patched that in for a second, and that was not a popular change.
It was not met well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hagedorn, he almost deleted the new blood drop box.
Oh yeah,
You guys
that's right.
okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you.
Cool.
So yeah, this is basically just a pre-alpha build, but without music and motion blur on slides. So we're gonna leave that because we're gonna play the actual pre-alpha build for a little bit. This one's not new to the goodies folder. This has been in the goodies folder for 1996. We'll do that. Since launch, I think. But this was.
How did you just? Oh, go ahead.
This was the one. Did we release this publicly? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, this one's in the goodies already, I think.
No. I mean, like, when we did it, this went out to people to play. It wasn't just influencers, right?
I don't know. Pre-alpha?
Yeah.
This is the pre-alpha. I think it was just mostly like press and influencers. I don't think we released it to everyone.
Did we not? Yeah, I can't
We originally remember we weren't going to do early access or demos because we thought they were stupid. Then we did one and we were so scared about changing the early access we thought people would hate us.
Oh, we did pre-orders.
So terrified, or at least me and David were. Oh my gosh.
We did. It was pre-orders. We did. I think if you pre-ordered, you got early access.
If you pre-ordered, you got the pre-alpha, and then
That's
we were like,
right.
we should switch to early access. But back then, early access had a really bad reputation. It still has a pretty bad reputation. I think we're
not as bad now.
Yeah, we're one of the reasons it has a better reputation now because
Maybe,
our games get fucking finished and come out and they're good. But yeah, and we were so scared about switching to early access because we thought people would hate us. But it made the most sense for the project. And I remember Andrew did the big solid, and he gave all the pre-order people like soften the blow. He's like, "Oh, everybody who pre-ordered to show we support you will get a free copy of the soundtrack when the game comes out."
Yeah.
And that was like 7,000 people. So we owe Andrew 7,000.
Oh, this is a new
All my monies!
This is an adjusted super shotgun sound. This one's even heavier on the high frequencies. Huh. I'd forgotten about that. Interesting. Yeah, the crustiness.
Someone in chat said, "How did you decide to go with morale instead of armor?"
I don't remember why, but the idea was that, so initially early on the plot was that you were like a treasure hunter, which may or may not be the plot now. I don't know if we ever decided.
No, it's not. People still say it is from the old things. I'm like, no, he's a guy that lived in the town.
Yeah.
They burned the town. Like, he's clearly see his house, and he went in 3M7.
But that was early on when this was going to be sort of like an alternate reality game where this is like alternate reality Chernobyl style PA. And you were in here basically looking for like artifacts and treasure. And the idea was you are so tough. All that needed to happen is you pick up money, and that makes you feel better about the situation, and so you can take more.
That's just in general, you pick up money, you just feel better.
But it still works because I mean, it's like even if whether you're a treasure hunter or not, it's like you pick up a gigantic diamond the size of your head, you're gonna feel a bit better.
Yeah, especially my people.
Yeah, this is very crusty. Visual. I still really like this track, by the way, Andrew.
Which one is it?
We can't hear it because we're just watching.
It's like it's the pre-alpha track. It's like the one you did for.
Oh yeah. I think that's in the folder.
This was really cool because you get into this big open area and it's the first time you could really bunny hop and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if I can. Here. Oh, there we go. We'll leave limit color. There we go. Now it's less crusty.
There we go.
Yeah, it does have bunny hopping, which is not quite as polished as what was shipped. I think there's still you can like whiff it by accident. But yeah, I really like this track because like somehow even I gave you basically no instruction, I don't think, but it had all of these it sounds like all of these different things that were influenced is on DUSK in some way.
This is when you could bunny hop on your head, right?
Oh, is it? Let's check. Yes.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. So this was back when you could hop upside down.
Yeah, where you could do a upside down % speed run.
People did. Yeah, when I remember when this came out, I was like betting people $20, like first person to bunny hop upside down through the whole level, I'll PayPal you $20.
Oh yeah.
And shit like that. First person to beat the level with a chair.
I remember that. Yeah. There's just all sorts of things.
yeah, like fucking Bethesda's like, we give out free game codes on fucking stream. I'm like, fuck that, I'll give you $50 right now.
Yeah.
You beat the game.
And this is really, I mean, this is pretty
You can do the-
recognizably Dusk
You
now
can,
at this point.
yeah, you can.
Oh, hey,
upside
the
down
old
hop in
animated
Switch
water.
version, right?
Look at this.
Right.
I think you can kind of via the weapon wheel in the Switch version. I think. Yeah. And I wait. Why is there still a guy on the roof? I thought you outlawed guys on the roofs.
Outlawed cats on the roof. No guys
I must
on the
have
roof
snuck
allowed.
that one in. There's that plausibility thing again. I'm not gonna play through this whole thing because like this has been out for a while. Like people have seen this, and ultimately you can play through it for free in the goodies folder once we release
Which
it.
I can release it. How much longer we go? Another hour or so? We got a bunch of stuff to show.
Anyway, back to builds. So this is just an early episode 1 build, which I think is interesting because I think this one was made for crits, and there are a bunch of things that obviously changed. Which I'll show some of them. Oh my gosh, look at this menu. Holy
Hang
crap.
on, sorry. Oh my god, I remember that. Blah.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, I got the store page up for the goodies. Tyler McVicker in chat, everyone. As soon as
Hey,
he saw a
Tyler.
new Steam, as soon as Tyler saw a new Steam app ID, he was like, "What? New Steam app? What's in it? What's in it?" He goes, "Let me crawl it for information. I'm making a video."
I like this menu too. Yeah, I like this one. Remember the one that was like a campfire? I wonder where that one is. Oh, I think that one's in the new build that we did actually. Remember this?
What? Hey, that placeholder loading screen. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Why did endless mode have looping music? Why didn't it change every time? Because it just wanted to loop, so it's endless. That's the point. Someone said, in terms of lore, is Dusk Dude a former citizen of Dusk? Is he an outsider who came across it? Also, is there a reason that the cult seems to target him personally? So what we ended up, by the end of the game, Dusk Dude he was a citizen of Dusk. As you know, you get to his house or memory of his house in E3M7. And you see pictures of him and his wife and child, which are actually pictures of David's family, if you can recognize that. And essentially the cult burned. I had been watching Mandy and Castlevania and stuff at the time when we were doing that, so it's very similar to Mandy, wherein Dust Dude comes back. He was away, I don't know, for whatever reason. Maybe he was out, chopping trees or whatever big burly dudes do. And he comes back and he finds his town destroyed and his whole family and home burned to the ground. And they strung him up on meat hooks, and then Dusk starts. But yeah, he was a citizen of Dusk who lived in the town. I wrote a poem about it. Remember that we're going to use eventually in something.
Yeah. We didn't
hang on.
cover the finding the family part in the Dusk prequel. It seemed like it wouldn't fit very well for the otherwise family-friendly Dusk 82.
Yeah, family-friendly.
That happens
game,
at some
yeah.
point between, I don't know, some of the levels.
Sometime in there. Well, maybe afterwards. Maybe he doesn't actually find the family all, the house burned until it's E3. I don't know. It's all in your head. It's a video game.
Oh, thank you, Zach, by the way. Someone asked about a bunch of questions coming through. Do you listen to Dusk OST when having sex? No. This is the last build of the game before I... Oh, really, Zombie? Okay. That's awesome. Why isn't the Goodies DLC coming out for another 19 hours? I'll blame Dave.
It's coming out. I'm trying to release it now. Hang on.
Influence for the backflipping. I thought it would be fun. Like, what else? What is going to be in the goodies pack? You will get to see in a moment. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We're showing some of them. Will there ever be a community map stream? Yes. Might play some of them tonight.
We were gonna do some today.
Yeah. Let's see. Dusk yeah. So this is an early version of episode 1. I don't actually know how far this goes. I haven't played through the whole thing. I don't know how many levels are in here, but what's really interesting to me is the differences in the first level, which you can immediately see because this was initially a lot more claustrophobic, which I actually still kind of like. I like how like I like how sort of like run down and, you know, like collapsing the basement looks. But I think we ended up deciding that it was just too much to demand of the player at first. And yeah, this has unused Andrew music because I'm not sure why this music's different. Maybe you were just unhappy with it, Andrew? With this initial tension music? Do you remember? Oh, Andrew may not be here.
Andrew's back. Goodies are released. Go see if it works, everybody.
Yeah.
The goodies are released.
But then we will. Oh, I'll grab this other pistol. And why is there a light in there? I got rid of that. Anyway, so one of the major differences is the colored lighting, and also the music. Because Andrew was thinking in terms of this being like an escape action sequence, and the colored light, I wanted to hit people immediately with the colored lighting as sort of like a homage to Unreal, like, you know, doing that whole like stylized thing. Both of these things ended up being changed because we decided to go with a more like, here, this is kind of loud, let me turn it down. We decided to go with a more atmosphere-driven start. So the music was toned down, and, you know, the lighting was changed to be a lot less stylized, more moody.
Oh, I found the poem that I wrote.
Okay, go ahead.
There once was a man. What's up, buddy? Hang on a second. Child is here.
Oh. Yeah, the game is still a little loud. I'll turn it down more. Oh, actually, I think we have audio controls in-game now. Yeah, here we go. End poem, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, there once was a man who lived in a town, but while he was away, it burned to the ground. He returned home one day to find everything gone. He was hung up on meat hooks, but survived until dawn. So at some point we want to have like, yeah, what's the whole story? At some point we want to have like a creepy little girl read that.
Yeah.
Here we go. What was a man who lived in a town? We'll be like his daughter. No, we're gonna keep adding to the lore. But it's good. And we'll do some fun stuff if we ever decide to continue with the stuff. We're just still so busy with all the
yeah,
the stuff that we're already working on. Yeah, I said should we get Lavender to read it? David's like, I don't think she'll read it, right?
not right now. Maybe when she's a bit older.
Yeah.
By the time we actually get to it, it would probably
Yeah.
work out. So let's kill all these guys.
Can Lavender in a mech be a co-op character? Mecha Lavender.
No, I feel like Luna would be the one in the mech.
Yeah. Do the goodies work? They may be hidden. I'm not good at doing Steam things.
One interesting thing here is the much smoother mage fireballs, which are, every one of those is a particle system spewing out like hundreds of particles. So not very good for performance, which is why they changed to sprites. And this section's not here in this version. I don't remember why, I was probably just lazy. And most importantly, here's your end level. It's just a button on a tree.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that David does when I'm not around. He ends levels by putting buttons on trees.
Well, it was supposed to be the Doom thing.
Loading screen.
It was supposed to be the Doom logic of like you press the button and that just.
It says it's hidden. How do I unhide this? Status in store hidden. Well, how do I undo that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Cam,
yeah, see if Cam's around. No rain sound here. There isn't much different in this level, I don't think. I'm not gonna play through the whole episode because, again, you guys can try it for yourselves. See what all has changed. Oh, and this is the old assault here. Let's see if IDKFA works. Yes, it does. Okay. This is the old assault rifle, which I still really like, and I wish we could have done. But people kept thinking that there was a problem with their frame rate because the old assault rifle had a randomized or a semi-randomized fire rate. I don't know if you can notice that, where it's like, because it was supposed to kind of feel like it was this, you know, it was this rusty piece of junk. See, I always really liked that. I still really like it. I'm sad that we can't do it because people kept thinking that it was like a problem with their frame rate.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Andrew, that sounds much better.
Proper Andrew now.
Yeah,
Now I can probably see your stream and see what's actually going on.
yeah.
What are we at now? What are we talking
This is a early episode 1 build. I don't know how far it goes. Yeah, see, I like that. I like that assault rifle. Old assault rifle DLC, yeah. Is Dusk gonna get more major updates? Maybe. Oh, this is before the goats. I just noticed these are soldiers, not goats. Huh.
about? the ultimate dusk.
Yeah. We have plans, or not. I guess we don't really have plans. We have the idea of doing future stuff at some point, but we're so busy with like other things.
Kill him.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. There's the rats with the red eyes, and I cannot for the life of me remember why that changed to green. It fits more with the Nargle energy theme, but I don't think we'd established that yet, so I have no idea why I changed them. Anyway, let's get to the end of this level, because I want to show you the bonus pit in Sawdust.
Oh, the water back there. I just noticed that. I forgot about that.
Oh, the animated water?
Yeah.
Yeah, it originally had like a System Shock 2 thing going on, and then
Yeah.
it changed to Quake.
I'm
Which-
currently trying to release the goodies.
Bring me luck.
So
I'm currently about to
Oh.
drink some 100 proof schnapps.
100 proof. Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.
hey, not now, buddy. Sorry.
Mm. I don't think you were on chat yet, Andrew, but this is the first whiskey I've had in like many months because I've been haven't been drinking anything since I got on new antidepressants. And the first drink I had, I was like, "Holy crap! I forgot how strong this stuff is." Like, wow! It's like drinking charcoal water. I love it. It's the best.
Yeah. It'll knock you on your ass.
Yeah.
Will Jacob and his backstory be explored in future projects? Maybe. I really like Jacob as a character. I've got some ideas for Dusk 2 to involve people that Jacob knew that I haven't really discussed with the guys. I write dialogue and ideas, story ideas like all the time. And
Yeah,
then
I'm
at some
terrified
point I'll-
about Dusk 2 because like at some point we're gonna have to like be like, here are the ideas we have, and we have not discussed them at all. So I know for a
Yeah.
fact whatever ideas Dave has have nothing to do with whatever ideas I have.
By the way, for a bunch of this, like a ton of the stuff that's narrative driven. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dave would just you would just go take walks like around.
Yeah, I mean,
what's it
so
called?
I
And just like write this stuff while you were out.
Yeah, I mostly just, I need to, do some shrooms and walk on the beach.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Write shit down, and I come back and be like, guys, I got this line.
I have this
really wanna put
idea.
in the game, man. It's just like who you were. The one line that I, obviously that we all liked was for the ending was,
Who you were before is insignificant. Who you are now is inconceivable.
and I said that, and you guys were like, oh, that's really good. And I'm like, yeah, no matter what, we have to get that line in the ending. And they were like, yes. At some point, I gotta find the that dramatic reading I did as a reference to send to Stefan Way. Before we had Stefan even involved in the game, we wrote all this stuff. But yeah, at some point, I was gonna make a video of I can't find it's on another hard drive of me doing like the dramatic reading of like what happens as it goes, and we ended up cutting it down because it was so it ended up being like the ending would have been a lot longer, and David helped me cut it down. So like, because otherwise you would have been like walking up those stairs for like a minute instead of
Oh,
like
yeah.
7 seconds.
Yeah. Just
How did
turns
we
into
get
full on
Stefan?
walking sim.
Yeah. How did we get Stefan involved? I emailed him from his website.
Took a while.
Yeah. And then so he's a SAG member, so it took a while. You have to like hire him properly. But yeah, I just emailed him from his website, and it was funny because it's the first. People always ask like, how do you get these people? And like just email like them, and like their agents will usually get in touch or whatever. But Stefan just emails back in Comic Sans. He's a crazy old man. He's hilarious.
It's great.
That was one of the coolest things ever. Was sitting through that voice acting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did another session for Gloomwood and Ultra Kill recently. It was even better. That's when I had him do the Long Dick Johnson.
Yes.
He's like, "You want me to say what?" And then I had him publish. He really likes the Civvy stuff, because that's Civvy, the Stefan fucking Wade has become like his thing now. So he really likes.
I love that.
Those Civvy videos and stuff like that. And he did a whole bunch of like voice lines for Civvy, going, "Oh hey Civvy," for like Cancer Mouse. I'm like, you should just make Cancer Mouse literally.
Oh,
Stefan
that'd be
Wade.
amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Also, someone mentioned the name. Yeah, those. I think almost all the names of levels in here are placeholders, because I went through and like renamed them after this. So I wanted to at least play to Sawdust or whatever it's called in this, because which I think is a lot. It may just be because I have limited palette on. I don't know, I have the feeling that the lighting is a lot redder here than in the shipped version. Or not a lot redder, just a little bit. I could be wrong, though.
I think you are right by looking at it.
Yeah, I haven't played Dusk in a while. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I've played enough Dusk to last a lifetime at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn.
The only time I play Dusk these days is to, test stuff.
Yeah.
Can anybody confirm if they can download the goodies yet?
Yeah, it's,
Anybody in chat, can you get the goodies?
oh,
Do you
this
have
doesn't
goodies,
have-
DLC?
Where's the,
Scott says yes. Dave, yes.
Yeah, let's do this. But I wanted to play to this because I found this really amusing. This was the initial version of the pit. It's just, so my idea was that you just bounce, whoop, not on that one. That one's the return jump pad. But my idea, it's kind of stupid, but it's also kind of fun. The idea was just that you'd like, woo, around on these jump pads.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and it's really dumb, but it's actually kind of fun to do. You're just like, woo, going around the jump pads. Where'd it go? Yeah.
I actually really like that crosshair for the.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I've never played with this
yeah.
one, actually. I
That's
just
kinda
made
neat.
it and forgot about it. Woo, back up. My favorite track in the game because I'm on it. That's not true, actually. My favorite track in the game is I don't remember what you called it, but it's whatever one is in E2MS. That's my favorite one.
Oh, that's the
there's-
one that we were originally going to use for, I think, the Thresher or whatever.
Yeah, it was for a different level, and I liked it so
Mhm.
much, I'm like, it has to go somewhere. And it was actually perfect for E2MS. Let's get the-
Yeah, we use it for
Oh,
the
this
ending
is-
too. Yeah.
This is before the crossbow had a trail, which is way less satisfying. Yeah, because I always envisioned the ending having that after I heard the track. Like, anytime I thought about how it would end, I always envisioned it just, like, smashing to dusk and boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-dun-dun. So that's
Yeah.
what I did. How much did Dusk cost to develop? Dave, do you know? I didn't spend
there's
anything
no final
on it.
number on that.
Yeah, I mean, I
what?
personally didn't spend anything on it, but Dave spent money on it.
What?
How much
On
did
what I
Dusk
spend money on?
cost? How much did Dusk
To
cost to
make?
develop? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
I know
paid
you-
what?
You paid me like
Uh,
30,000 to live on.
Yeah,
Um,
and then paying
and-
for everybody else. I don't know. All in
Yeah.
all, I don't know. Maybe $50,000. Who knows?
But then
No, I
continued
need those,
development.
Those
Still-
are my teeth.
Yeah.
Did David pay for Unity Pro? I think so.
Yes, I still pay for it.
Yeah.
And this is the final one, and I'm not going to play through this build much because the point of this one is for you guys to play through it, because this is...
I'll be back in a minute. Is
okay.
this the
Okay.
E1MS build?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I
Sure.
want to see this.
We got this load... I don't remember when this loading screen was. But this is actually a brand new build. This is the new version of Dusk that the guys threw together this old or not threw together, but they got this old level functioning. This is the old E1MS that people have asked to be able to play for years now. And you're going to be really disappointed because it's not a very good level. That's why it's not in the game. But you can play it. And there's still some stuff about it that I like. And I'll show a little bit.
Oculus Nuva, those are things. They ask, do we have any updates on the possibility of an ambient OST with new music being released? And that's still an idea that we're throwing around. Like everything, really more than anything else, for like all the before all the physical stuff, we really wanted to get Dusk on Switch out because that felt like the right thing to do. And now we're gonna reassess that stuff. So. Things are still on the table, and it's how do we look at it from a creative standpoint, and what would y'all like the most? So we're gonna look at all those soon.
Oh, okay, Scott, that was throwing me off because I was like, what? Why is it red? Yeah, I remember this. It was a campfire scene, but it used to be a static camera, and I don't remember when exactly in development that was. It was sometime during the creation of episode 1, I think.
Dude, I had to swap hard drives recently, and I kid you not, David, there's an entire folder that's just build after build.
Oh, really?
After build. Yeah, it's probably 40 of them.
Holy okay, make sure to back that up.
Okay.
One of these days, we'll get all the builds from Dropbox, and we'll get all the builds like you have or whatever. We'll just throw them in a folder and just release those to people.
Yeah, the way this would work whenever we were doing like music stuff, whenever David was like, I want you to take a look at something, he would send me a level and give me, some ideas or of what he was looking for, or sometimes he would just be like, hey, just do whatever. But he would literally have to make an entire build just to send me over something. Like it was I don't think we had, or at least I wasn't on a control. Like you just sent me the whole thing. Yeah.
And I'm really big into preservation. So, for me, I'm like, any stuff we have, I want that to be... And my version of preservation is, like, I don't think it's good enough to have something sitting on a hard drive somewhere or whatever. Real preserving of stuff is you get it out to people. And you have people, like,
because they preserve it for you at that point.
Yeah, actively, downloading it and stuff. So
yeah. Plus, like our hard drive. Like I was looking for some of this stuff, and like I was like, fuck, that's like 3 hard drives ago. Like if we had uploaded it sooner, it would be out there. Like instead of us having to like dig through stuff 4 years later.
Yeah, and I had a bunch of source photos for like textures that were used and stuff, and it's like probably not that many people are interested in that, but I wish that I still had those. They got wiped out when I reformatted my computer at one point, and I wish I still had those just to have them preserved. Have it be like, oh, here's the source photo for that Dusk texture. Yeah, unfortunately, those are just gone. Those are just gone forever. But the good thing is though, I thought all of the raw texture files were gone forever too, but I found them recently, and those are in the goodies folder. I think it's every single texture in the game, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's the raw project files of them before they were indexed. Which is awesome.
That's a shame, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame that the source photos are gone, but what can you do? So anyway, we'll do a little bit of this. Like I said, this is the new version of Dusk.
It's a very short level. Like
yeah, but I want people to play it for themselves. I mean, I guess I could just play through it. It's whatever. But this is the Bitter Coast, which I just named last night because one of the main inspirations for it was here, let me turn it down. The nice actual Dusk menus. Because the main inspiration for it was the region in Morrowind called the Bitter Coast. There's this weird, like, shiny thing going on with the water that wasn't there originally, but we're not gonna bug fix this build, so deal with it. And yeah, this was gonna be, I don't remember what it was originally gonna be, but like, I think I was just making a level, and then at some point I was like, well, this will be E1MS, and then I decided it wasn't good enough. Because it's
And
really...
people have been, the funny thing is, so this is a, you know, an old level in the new version of Dust that Zombie put together, because people have been asking about this level for years. They're like, where's that swamp level? Where's that swamp
Yeah.
level? Well, here it is.
Yep,
And I
here it
hope
is.
you're, I
Play
hope
it.
you're happy. You fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Man, like the water is totally has that whole, hey, I'm playing Cyberpunk for the first time and just enabled ray tracing and it's not working correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the atmosphere it was going for. Like, I think the idea behind it is solid. It was really early in development. I didn't, quite know what I was doing yet. Again, still don't, but like...
You still don't know what you're doing.
Still don't know what I'm doing, but
Me either.
I knew less so what I was doing here. Why am I getting caught? I must have gone behind an invisible
The hardest
wall.
part of this level was finding all the
Okay, let's
all
restart.
4 secrets.
Did you get caught
Oh, there are
behind a
4
blocking
secrets
volume?
in there? Yeah, I think I got caught on a blocking volume.
This was new.
Oh, someone's asking what's with the new renders. I guess we can talk about those maybe a little later.
Yeah, we'll show those at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's restart this.
Yeah, and then we'll go through the goodies. We can play some of the new Andrew. We tossed a few of Andrew's unused songs in there, right?
Yeah, those are all in there. Everything
you
I
can
got
play-
from you, Andrew, is in there.
You can play. I'll send you one that you can play on stream, but I don't want to put it out there. There's a version of. We'll get to that in a bit. Just keep talking
Okay.
about this level. We'll talk about that more in a bit.
So, I was going for like a, it's like the Morrowind Bitter Coast, that like overcast, misty feel, and then just giving this idea that everything's flooded, that the water's like come in and flooded everything. That's why you've got this graveyard that, it's come up and like, and you should recognize this from E1M3, because I reused it, because again, waste not, want not. And then you have this like facility, it's like burnt down facility of some sort here, which requires a blue key, but there are actually several ways to get in here without the blue key, because again,
Yeah,
Dusk
it's
is like
over.
60% immersive sim. So you can do that, which I'm gonna go back out because I want to show some other ways. Whoops, what the heck? I broke. What is this janky game? Let's see if I can crouch. Yeah, I can crouch jump over it. Another way is if you explore the water over here, there's a little secret passage here. Go in. Gets you an encounter with some enemies. Let's get rid of them. The scarecrow from the very first trailer is over there. We'll fight him in a second. But the the trailer room, exactly. The real way to do this, or the expected way, is we're supposed to go back over this way. I do like this this ledge here. It's very low poly, but go through this crevice here. This. And do I not have shotgun? Oh, I do. Here we go. Light mapping artifacts, because this is dusk. We get the blue key, and then we have these things. I don't know what those are, but they exist and they open up, and now we have guys to fight.
Yeah, I remember this from the trailer.
Yeah.
The announcement trailer.
Yeah, because this was one of the few levels that I had finished for the announcement.
Yeah.
So, there's only like a few levels in that announcement trailer, I think.
Yeah, but we made good use out of it.
Yeah. Unity engine. Okay, so now we can open the door proper. Go in here, we'll fight the scarecrow. This is here. I'll see if I can recreate the shot. No, he's in the wrong position. Let's get him back here. Come on. So it was like that, or was it the other way? I can't. But anyway, it's a slide to avoid his shells.
Hey, is that green stuff back there? Is that by any chance? That doesn't have any actual. That's not like Crystal and Madness stuff, right?
No,
Okay,
that's just
okay,
supposed to be like
Yeah, like toxic gas.
toxic gas from that.
Yeah. Okay, let's just make sure.
This is like here's a secret. Forgot about that. Can't go up there.
Fart gas.
Yeah, it's fart gas.
Lord.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty cool like little burnt down house here. But that was I was trying to make it seem like it was like burnt down, collapsed. And then we need the gas can. So grab that, and we'll do this the safe way. There. Gets us up to this secret and soap.
Oh, nice.
Soap.
Oh,
We don't need
look at that.
Yeah. We don't need that because
soap in the unused level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The guys
I
might have
was trying to
placed
figure out
that.
how
I
to do
can't remember.
Last night I prop jumped up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with the box.
But we don't need the soap because actually we are pretty much done with the level. Oh, I guess we could use it to kill these guys. Here, we'll use this instead. Oh, I missed. Here, pipe. I missed again. I'm terrible at this game.
Out of context, that.
Come here, pipe.
Yeah, out of context, David, that'd be bad.
Shoop. There we go. That's the end. So yeah, pretty small
Yay.
level, not that good. But you can play it now if you want to. And that pretty much does it for the Dusk builds. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. So I think the development screens are pretty cool. Some of these are like not that interesting. Some of them I think are potentially super interesting. Like this, the cut level that I don't think we have anywhere anymore, unfortunately. Or when I thought I was gonna make normal maps an option to try and make it look like Epsilon if people wanted that.
Oh my gosh.
This is kind of horrifying. This is why the bloom is so ridiculous. Because I deliberately made it to be like bloom because you were supposed to be able to make it look like a source port, and that like horribly backfired. Obviously.
Yeah.
We should remove bloom someday.
Yeah, we did it. We did in the Switch version.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
What is this?
For the
Oh my god.
Oh Lord!
I
oh
think
my
this
gosh.
was Duskworld troubleshooting happening. It's Scott and Cam just like done with life.
That's like Scott and Cam at any event, really.
Yeah. These I believe were this. I think this was the first work that Dylan did on the game. Which was I just had no idea what I was gonna do with this level.
No salt.
This is the City of Shadows.
No
like,
way,
I have no
Dylan
idea
actually worked on that?
a little bit. He did this.
I didn't know that.
I sent it to him, and I was like, "What do I do with this?" And he had the idea for like, I think crisscrossing platforms, which ended up changing how I thought about it. And he also was like, "Oh, this part's too narrow. This part, So he gave feedback on it. I don't think. No, actually, I think the little bit of level design work he did is still in there, because I think I just ended up using that and then modifying it. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's where
I didn't know
Dylan started
that.
working on it. I'd been friends with Dylan for a while before that. We met via Twitter because I was interested in his game, Gloomwood, which looked way different than the Gloomwood that it is now. Yeah. There's another fun thing. This is when I was having trouble with the boss. I was talking with the final boss. I was talking to Dylan about it, and I'm like, "What do I do to make this interesting?" And so he did this amazing, Nargle. He did this amazing mock-up of like, here's what I think would work well, which I did end up using that idea. And there's Nargle. The reason Nargle looks like that is because let me find the first version of Nargle looked like this. Which Rachel still prefers this version of Nargle because he is absolutely adorable. I still like this version personally. He's just really, he's just really dopey, goofy looking. I like it.
Yeah, well, for me, it didn't work as well with having to doing the big scream at the end. We wanted to have that big mouth and he talks and stuff. It just wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah, but he's adorable though. What else is in here? There's a whole. I like the this one. this is E3MS. It says Weeping Stone Catacombs, but it's actually E3MS, and the reason is because I don't know whose idea was the Ratacombs. Was that you, Dave?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, and Dave had the idea for the Ratacombs, and he's like, "We're gonna make it like the Weeping Stone Catacombs in Planescape Torment."
Yeah,
So
I was
I
like,
just
can you
yeah, so I just grabbed this layout of it, and I'm like, okay, what do I do to make this into a level? Because the way
Yeah.
it existed was like, that's not really gonna work. So I drew in all
Yeah,
this
because
like, here's
Torment's
the
like
red
my
key.
favorite game, and I was
Yeah.
like, let's do. And even the people still don't get the reference. Like, we literally made the final boss of it called One Is Many,
Yeah,
because the big rat that makes all the rules.
yeah.
And Weeping Stone Catacombs and Torment is called Many is One. People are still like, I don't know what the reference is here.
Which
So you did a
hilariously,
really
I had never seen Rat Movie before making this, and it turned
Mm.
out to be. It is. I have decided that it is grandfathered in, or not grandfathered in, but it's a after the fact Rat Movie reference, because it is too perfect to not be a Rat Movie reference. But I'd never seen Rat Movie when making this, so it was accidental. But yeah, this is, and if you play through the level, this layout is followed almost exactly. The same room shapes and everything. And like here's your little passage to get into here. It's followed almost exactly. And that's the Ratacombs. What else? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Some of this is more interesting than others. Like I think this was for making banner art. This is
Yeah,
obviously E1MS.
that's definitely for banner art.
Yeah, I'll show you the banner art real quick. That's in. So yeah, here's all the here's like every. I think it's every game texture. It's at least a lot of them, and some of the sounds. Not every sound. It's just whatever ones I decided to actually save, I think. But you guys can go nuts with that. Like use these to make smooth dusk textures for mods or like whatever. Like, do whatever you want with it. Ancient
Smooth
logos.
Dusk.
These are look at these. These are super old. This is when Dusk was going to have a subtitle. Look at this. The Cellar. This is back when my plot idea for Dusk. This is so early. This is like before any of those builds I showed. This is back when my idea was that it was a woman who found a portal to some nether realm in her cellar. That obviously didn't take. So, QuakeCon banner attempts. This is before there was like anybody in New Blood. It was just like Dave and I and a bunch of Dave's friends. And so we were like, hey, we're doing QuakeCon 2016. We need banner art. So I was trying to make banner art. And this was some
before
of
we
the...
had like artists on.
Yeah,
staff.
this is before we had like any. I think maybe Christian was here, and I think he did end up
Christian's
doing the
always
final
been
one.
here. Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, and which turned out well. But why can't I... Hold on. Open with photos. Why can't I scroll? There we go. These are some of the mock-ups that I did. I am not a graphical artist. This... Hold on, where is the...
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of these are... This one... No, actually, this one was used. Maybe I did the art. Isn't this the one that we ended up using? I don't remember. But yeah, there's all sorts of... These will be good for memes if you guys want to use them. You know, you can easily cut these out to make memes. I still like this one because it has that cheapo bargain bin game like pose models look, because that's essentially what it is, which I really like, and I think it's very fitting to at least what Dusk was at that point, which was a very scrappy game that was just, it was like me, Andrew, and Dave.
Hello?
And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
different
sucks.
versions of that. Again,
sorry,
you guys
still
are...
having some technical difficulties going
Oh,
on back
you
and
okay?
forth.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear you.
you can hear me. Yeah. Am I good?
No,
Yep.
you're fine. It's me. Like I'm just having issues back and forth.
What else
Sorry.
we got? So we put all the Big John VOs
Yep, those are
in here
Yeah.
for you to use for whatever.
in here. There's also a mysterious one right here that you guys can check out. Wonder what that is. There's a new game. Well, it's not a new game. It's a really, really old game. But there's Pit, which has been in the goodies for a while, and now I added in Down We Go, which is the other FPS that I made before Dusk, and it's a bit of a trip. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but you should check it out. It's weird. Added a few more icons here. Whatever. Leon played through episode 3 on Discord voice chat. Was it like after a meeting, maybe?
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah. This is just highlights
yeah.
of Leon playing
Tiny
episode
barn?
3. Yeah.
Tiny barn, yeah.
I just
So-
thought it was hilarious that he said tiny barn, and
Yeah.
I capped
Tiny
it.
barn.
like
It's funny that you call it a priceless diamond because it gives you 50 morale, so it does have a price.
just lots of Leon highlights here. Well, not lots. There's only a few. Like,
I thought putting the soap in the toilet would like transport me to the netherworld
Yeah,
or
these are
something.
great.
I think Leon's really feeling awkward about these being in here too.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, and the toilet is full of blood.
And the famous one, which is Tiny Barn.
Yes,
There's a
tiny,
tiny,
barn coming up.
Yeah, here you go.
There's a tiny barn.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh! When
really
he said
good.
that, I was like, oh, I am saving that.
Yeah, it's so good. Memes. I don't know what any like. These are just things Dave had saved. Like, what was-
The trash Schultz.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trash hold is perfect. That's actually an emote on the internal server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's on public too.
Oh, is
unless
it
we
on
got rid of
public?
it.
Okay. Raw assets I already showed. Oh, these are the This is the April Fool's Steam like Steam
Art that we
assets.
did, yeah.
So you can set your library like your library asset to be this for Dusk or in this. Well, I don't know. No, they can't set this. This is just us. Well, you can use that for whatever. Who knows? I think Leon made those, didn't he?
No, it was Leon or Scott.
Maybe it was Scott. Okay. Here's just a bunch of random photos of like us and fans and I don't know, just stuff we had lying around. Bool, Bod, I don't know, just stuff. We just
Wait,
threw stuff
go-
in here. Yeah.
Go up to the picture of me holding that box on what
Look
it
at it.
says.
Oh,
The
this is the
picture-
best
oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the best one. Special
up
TV
there?
microwave computer.
Computer.
Yeah.
We were like, what?
Yeah,
is this?
Yeah, we
You
were
can't-
just like,
You can't forget your special TV
Microwave
computer.
computer.
what was that? I can't remember even
Also,
what
check
shipped
out
in
my
there.
check out my Doom Chuck Taylors.
Oh, those are good.
With
Oh,
the
nice.
Lord on them.
Yeah.
Who
oh,
3D
man.
printed the chainsaw? It was Ted from Tonight We Riot.
Oh, was
had a
it?
girlfriend of his 3D print that. Yeah, and Andrew's got it now.
Yeah, it's in my
Yeah.
bedroom.
This
Yeah,
is
that's the
this is
original
where
Big John photo.
yeah, that's where Big John came from.
Yeah.
Where the Big John
Yow.
face came from.
Come on, hold my chainsaw, yow yow. That was it. That was in Rooster Teeth Expo.
Where's
Then
the
there's
where's the
Look
cheers?
at that picture.
shot?
I'm looking real jacked in that picture.
Here's Dave and Lavender.
Yeah, this one's hilarious. I'm like, is that me holding your child?
Yeah, Lavender's. Oh man, Lavender's so tiny. She's just a little
Yeah,
baby.
I know.
She's like a crazy 4-year-old now.
I'm wearing the classic wolf shirt.
Yeah, and then where's that one of you and I, Andrew? There's one where we're like,
Oh, the one that I took of you in the hotel
That's my
room.
favorite.
yeah,
cheersing?
where is
Yeah.
that?
Did
That's
you put
one-
it in?
I
my
thought I
favorite.
did.
I sent it to
Did
you.
that go into memes? Maybe that went into memes. No,
How
it's
would it
not
go
in
into
there.
memes? It's not a
Where the heck
meme.
did that go? Oh, wrong folder.
Did you not put it in there?
I don't know how it wouldn't have gone in there.
Is it not in the boys?
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
I'm gonna have
there.
to find that. Then I don't know where that went. Here, is it in my downloads?
Should be.
What the
Sent
heck?
it to you.
I have no idea where that went. Okay, we're gonna have to add that at some point.
Yeah, we'll
Uh,
keep adding more stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Here's
what
all
else?
the
Did we
wall
show-
scrolls. We'll do that.
Oh yeah,
intro
I
music.
found all the Dusk wall scrolls. And those are in there.
Yeah,
too,
you
yeah.
can do
They
whatever you
flip.
will with those. They're all alpha cutout, perfect for memes, I guess. Wallpapers hasn't been updated. That's just what was already in there. And that's it. The info I just updated with. There's a little message for you guys here. And then there's info about all the builds and info about all the different folders. So yeah, let's check out. Andrew, what do you want to play here? There's a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, use those as sprays.
Give me one second. Give me 1 second because I was back on my phone, but my internet just came back on because my ISP sucks. So I'm gonna
Okay.
join back in. Hang on 1 second.
Whew. Whiskey. Man, this just sums me up. Ardbeg Whiskey, chaser of, I believe this is Celestial Seasoning Sleepy Time Tea.
You know what? Sleepy time tea?
Yeah! Yeah, there's chamomile in it. It's good for your, like, stomach and stuff. Oh, it's good.
Sure.
Rachel's losing it over there. You said I'm sad?
Hannah said-
You enjoy me well enough. I am a 32-year-old, yeah.
She was like, "Fuck yeah."
Rachel is making fun of me over in the outside the camera view. She is watching the stream right now. He's like, "You have your little ponytail and your tea and your Camry." I'm like, yeah. What you gonna do about it?
That's right.
Dusk 3 shotgun. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm loading up the Twitch thing.
I am 31 for a few more weeks. Yeah. What'd you say, Andrew?
Do you get the folder up?
Yeah.
Just pick any of them, honestly. Like,
Okay. What do we got here? Sacrifice to endless intro demo. Oh, there's Dusk Ambient 1. Dawn. Let's try Dawn.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear it because I'm watching the stream. Maybe if I like silence.
So if you remember correctly, I made that. I was just like, "Hey, can we use this somewhere?" And you were like, "There's a place like that. I have this idea towards the end, like possibly where it's this big wooded area where I think this would fit correctly." And I was like, I had no idea what you were talking about, but I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure," you know.
I remember that, and then I ended up using my own music.
Yeah, you
instead.
wanted to do like the David Lynch kind of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
it's very. Oh shoot, what's that composer? Oh, I can't remember offhand. I'm a big Lynch fan. Why can't I remember his? Oh my gosh. But yeah, that composer. Yeah.
Philip Glass.
Yeah, that guy. Not Philip Glass, but yeah, I ended up. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to send it off, like send Dusk off, a little bit.
Yeah.
This is really nice, though. Would have been nice to use this somewhere like home. Angelo Badalamenti, thank you. Gorgeous Mulholland Drive score guy. But yeah. Yeah, we should have used that somewhere. Because
I don't
there's
know if
not
it would have
too
been
many.
appropriate.
Yeah,
you know
there
what I mean?
aren't too many. There aren't too many kind of contemplative, sad parts of Dusk. Really, just the one. Catacombs of the Lost. What is this?
I think this was originally supposed to be a E3 ambient that we never used.
Okay.
You don't have to go through the whole thing. I think some of these are like 2 and 3 minutes long.
Yeah. Well,
Even Andrew don't want to listen to Andrew.
Yeah, even Andrew doesn't want to listen to his own fucking trash.
Trash old.
Yeah. Man, I was like so in the zone with Dusk. Like this was
I could
this was
tell,
easily
yeah.
one of my favorite projects to work on. I was just like, how much can I just pump into this? Like this is gonna be great.
You can pump it anyway.
Dave.
Oh man. Yeah. Just insert the Dennis meme that you sent me earlier.
Yeah, this is good too. I mean, you wrote so much music for Dusk. It is insane how much. There's like over 100 tracks in the game, which
Yeah,
you
there
condense
was-
down into like an album length. But there's so much music in Dusk. It is insane.
Yeah, putting together the record was it was a task all in its own of like taking the parts that I was like, this is probably most memorable, this is probably most memorable, and then gluing it all together.
Yeah.
Like doing that for, I think there's like, what is there, like there's like 30 something tracks on that OST.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do I condense all this? And obviously
Yeah.
some of the ambient stayed, and they got meshed into action stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Handgun Harmony demo.
Here, let's
Yeah,
check.
like that you put Big John dabbing in the development screen.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff missing from this.
Yeah, there is. It's good though. There's the horns.
And like the build-up part is missing all kinds of stuff. I was still like, what do I need to do with this? And it wasn't until I started adding like a bunch of like Moog synthesizers and stuff.
Oh, this is missing the cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still cool.
Yeah, and even the guitars that I was messing around with a pitch shifter and I just hated them. I was like, no, these just need to be like the same sound.
What else should we do? We could do all of it, I suppose. My favorite track. Yeah, that's a good track.
You can go listen to all these if you got the game and
Yeah, and it's out.
Yeah,
It's out right now, right?
Yeah,
Dave?
the goodies should be working. You got to go to the DLC page on the DUSK page, and it should select it, and then it'll download an extra 3.6
queued.
gigabytes worth of crap.
Yes, and it should now remove the existing goodies folder, which is now outdated. Here,
Yeah.
That's not the button I meant to press. Let's check if that worked. Let's look.
Do you want to play Dating Simulator? Now
Dating
starting.
Simulator? I don't see a goodies folder. Okay, I think we're good. So then we should
it worked for me. I hadn't set it live.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Goodies.
Dusk the goodies. What does it say on the store page? 900s of blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
that
perfect.
Good
stuff.
Yeah, that picture of you and Andrew isn't in here. How dare you?
That's so weird. I downloaded it.
Such a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I'll have to download it again. Here, what's this?
Man, I drank far too much shortly after that photo.
I think I did too.
Yeah, I think we were both like really wasted in the lobby at one point.
Yeah,
that hotel.
It doesn't take much to get me wasted though, to be fair.
Oh yeah, this was
This sounds familiar.
This was the original. Okay, so you may not recognize this. This is the original ambient for the whenever you and Dave were talking to me about bringing me on, when I looked at the footage that you had.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. And if you go to the next one, it's the action track. This was the very first POC, which is proof of concept demo that I sent to David and Dave as an ambient for Dusk. It was just off the cuff. Hey, this is what I think this game needs based on your art and what you're going for in terms of playstyle. And I took like a day or two and made a ambient track and an action track.
Yeah, and I remember because I'm a composer also, very different sort of composer. But like, I previous to this, I'd done all the music for all of my games. So of course I was planning on doing the music for Dusk also, because and so Dave was like, "Hey, what about Andrew Hulschultz? Well, you know, he wants to do one," and I'm like, I'm doing my own music.
Butt rock.
Yeah.
Butt rock.
Dave was like, "No, but no, Andrew though." And so I was like, "Okay, well let's." I stopped it. Hold on. Like, all right, well let's have him do a demo. Might as well. So I sent the demos over, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is good stuff. Why don't we like collab on the music? Like maybe I'll do the ambience, you do the action tracks." And Andrew was like, "No." It's like, "No, that's not gonna work. The mixing's gonna be off. No, we're not." And I was just like, "You know what? I have so much I'm gonna need to do on this game. I'm gonna, there's so much work. It's like so much more work than I've ever done on any other game. We'll just fine. I'll just give up the music," which ended up being a very good decision.
Thank you.
Which, yeah, I've said before, I think the work you did on Dusk is incredibly good. And also, like, for the game, Dusk ended up being, the stuff I was going to write was just not going to fit at all. Like, I would have been doing a lot of creepy, horror-y ambience.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have worked. Your OST works incredibly well. It has both things, which is good. So it ended up working out well in the end.
Even people who don't know the difference between heavy metal and industrial like it.
Like me? Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, wait. Is this a jab at me? Did I mislabel my Did I mislabel something?
No, it's a jab at somebody else. You'll get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, what else do we have to show? So we went through the memes. So
Yeah,
so you've got 9. So the goodies have 9 development builds,
Mhm.
500 plus screenshots, a bunch of stupid
Yeah.
memes, like 10 unused Hull Schultz tracks, and we're gonna keep adding to it too
What
as
is
we
this?
find more stuff. We'll just keep
Yeah.
adding to the goodies folder. But also breaking this off the main game is good because we can just keep throwing shit in it, and it doesn't force
Yeah.
people to keep updating their game.
Whenever
It
we
makes the
find
main-
stuff, we're gonna add stuff to this.